Hi guys, check 1 2, check 1 2. Let's check we got some sound. Yes, we do. Hope everyone is well. Let's just get the stream up, make sure it's working. So I'm back live today. I'm going to be going through some drums a little bit later today. It's been one of those days today. Everything's been a bit late. So yeah. So last I can't remember how long ago it was now, but I was going through some Ableton drum grooves, and today I'm going to be just going through them all and editing them and seeing if I can fill out the drums a little bit. Before I do that, I just want to show you something with Decapitator on the kick drum. Now, I don't know if I've gone a bit too far with this kick because I'm just getting a bit obsessed with kind of saturation, a bit more obsessed with saturation than I was already, and trying to make things sound a bit more full and rich. I've always kind of had this little feeling in the back of my mind that sometimes my tracks I'd like them to sound a bit richer and a bit more kind of a bit cliche to use the word analog, but just a bit fuller and richer. Because if you see some people's tracks, they get the frequency spectrum so full and the tracks are so loud, but there's not that much going on. And I've just been trying to drive things a little bit more. So let me just show you this. So this is the kick I made in previous videos. So if you're interested in how I made this kick, because it's all done with Kick 2, it's done with a plugin, then check out that video. It's on my Facebook or Twitch, wherever you're watching this. So let me bring in Decapitator. So I'm able to kind of add a bit of like knock to the kick drum, and I'm doing it in parallel. So see, I've got this A setting, which is, I believe, an Ampex tape. It's emulated after an Ampex tape, so I'm kind of driving it. So if you listen 100% wet, that's what I'm mixing in. We can go like crazy, but so I'm mixing it in to the point where I get that nice low mid or kind of mid-range thump, and then I could go 100% wet, to be honest, but it's pretty nice, definitely. So yeah, so that's what I've done on the kick, just to try and make it even bigger. Okay, so let's get on to these drums. So I'm just going to go through and chop things up and see what, kind of layer the drums up a little bit, maybe do a little bit of processing if we have time. Yeah, that's what I made last time. I think I was showing you a little trick with take folders that I kind of just invented on the spot, and I think that was the result of it. I'm not sure if I want that hat. What I'll do is I'll chop out the clap and leave the hat on its own. Yeah, I quite like that. Let's see what we got here. So we'll call this clap 1. So again, it's kind of divergent. I'm trying to zoom in on the best part. I like that. The problem is that I like all these because I chose them because I like them, so it's gonna be tough. Okay, I definitely don't like the snare on that, so kind of could the cowbell be a vibe at some point, maybe? Oh, I don't know why my computer's being really slow. I think it's because I'm streaming. Kind of been fantasizing about a brand new Mac Pro the last few days, looking at the when you go on the Apple website and click buy and configure something that you know you're not going to buy, or at least not there and then. So this could be kind of an arrangement little thing to have coming in. Yeah, we'll keep that. That could be something which could place the kind of kick rhythm at some point. Okay. No, I'm going to lose. I was thinking maybe it could be good to have another layer to the kick, but it's a bit too kind of housey, a bit too, I don't know, a bit too something. That's kind of nice. I wonder what it's like if we kind of did this. Maybe. Can't hear that for some reason. Yeah, that's kind of quite cool. Call this clap 2. It kind of accents it because we've got a different clap sound coming in on that last one. It kind of gives it a drum accent. No. No. Now that's the full loop that I chopped up last time. And that could be quite cool to have kind of again as a kind of an arrangement tool in different places. So my computer is being really really laggy for some reason. So it kind of just came in. That could be quite cool. I could have done that one. That's quite a nice alternative hat sound, maybe. If you're not sure what I'm doing now, I'm just creating a kind of Hass effect variation in the left and the right hand side, which gives it a nice stereo width. Just to see if that's a kind of a vibe. Let's take out the 909. God, you miss that 909, don't you? Just gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's really really don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try anyway. It kind of sounded a bit ridey, so I thought maybe I could try just putting it on the downbeats and see what it sounds like. Good work, actually. Yeah, that's definitely in. Okay. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if there's space for it really, but let's just try and see what's like an intro. Yeah, I think I might try chopping that up. Let's just check the second half. This is what I did last time. No, let's try this cowbell. Is that better than this cowbell? Can insert more cowbell joke there. I don't want it to go loop there. Triangle every time. Love triangle parts. Nice. And the same triangle loop twice. Good. Yeah. It shouldn't be more cowbell, it should be more triangle, I think. Yeah, I might use that for something. That fills it out really nicely, actually. I feel like it makes things more chunky. I think there might be some kind of potential for this finger snap in places as well. Okay, cool. So triangles in there as well. So we've got some stuff to work with here. Cowbell and that 4/4 hat, we can kind of part down there for a bit. And yeah, so what I kind of want to try doing is seeing about trying to see if I can get this to kind of groove quite hard with the bass and just the drums without the sampling. Okay, so we can do cool stuff like this. Slice the transient markers. So if I want a quick way of just being able to kind of just have those as individual hits that aren't part of that one region, so I can rearrange them. That's a good quick way of doing that. Okay, what I could even do is this. I could say convert to new sampler track, and we'll do regions. Sounds like they're all identical anyway, but now I've got those clever parts and I can actually jam things out. I've been doing a lot of kind of, see if I can just change my buffer size, a lot of work with rhythm recently. I think I said before, I'm learning the piano, so within that I've been doing quite a lot of kind of learning rhythm. I think it's called the Kodali technique. So you learn kind of tar, tika, ti, and all these different names for different rhythms. So when you're sight reading music, it makes it easier than trying to work out what all the notes are in terms of note values. Another way. So maybe I could try and kind of come up with use those kind of techniques to try and come up with a cool groove. Needs a guitar. Okay, with the drum loop, we can try things like putting transient shaping on and just try making it either tighter or with more sustain. Really helps tighten up your drums. I quite like that actually. Let's try adding in a little bit of vinyl grit to things. Is it this? That'll do. There's something I actually want to try. Okay, this might be interesting. Let's see how it goes. I want to try boosting the tempo up because I just feel like this is quite a kind of I don't know, it just needs to be a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more energy maybe. So if I can take it up to maybe 1, 2, 2, I don't know what it's going to sound like. I know there's this flex tempo thing in Logic, but I just never seem to get on that well with it. I I think the stream might have dropped out there, so apologies if it did. So I'm just going to check. I have the video out to make sure everything's working okay. Hi Rob, how's it going? See you tuning in. Hope you're good. Okay, so let's go to tempo. Let's delete all of these. Let's try this. Let's be brave. Feels a little bit too fast. I'm not sure what I think about that. Okay, let's try 118 again. Yeah, I prefer it like that. So I'm just trying to get the right vibe for this loop here. Okay, let's try taking the attack of this one out. So basically, the sample's got quite a lot going on in it. So I can't really fill things out boost the sustain of things, it's not really working because I need that space for the samples there. I think it's going to be more cutting down on things than it is increasing them. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so let me just see what it's like if I roll off the low of this. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on. I can fill that space up with the low end of the bass. Okay, so we had another clap here. So let's copy down, duplicate the track, copy down this clap, and let's reverse, which isn't there. Maybe that's because the tempo's on. It's better. That's not clipping, it's because I've got these make the waveforms big switched on. That's cool. I want to show you something. I'm going to use, so this is a technique that I learned from Mike Monday, so I'm going to use him to do it. Oh man, searching for things on this computer is really not a pleasant experience. Okay, so this is something he did, a talk he did. So when you're looking for ways or grooves you can add to your music, there's all these theories about groove and rhythm and speech and the way that music relates to speech. And one of the reasons why we like music is because it ties into patterns of speech and stuff like that. So you can actually use speech as a good way of finding little grooves to add in. So when I was like my early tracks I was doing that were a bit more boogie influenced, like Runaway and things like that, I used to do this with the clave parts, I think they're called. Sometimes with the hat rhythms, is just try and find like speech samples go through, and you find stuff that's hooky very quickly. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, you must have had that experience. For example, so let's say we chop this this percussion part up. I didn't think it worked, but it looked like it did. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So that's quite nice. I want to try have it going ba-da-bum-bum, 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 like that. Great, exactly like that. Just how I wanted it. A bit lost. Like that, I think. No. But also a really important thing with rhythm, call and response, or just music in general. So you can hear how so I can maybe try it with 2 of these, or maybe with something else, but we can kind of answer so clap 2's here, isn't it? We can answer this little percussion, this bongo loop with the clap. It needs to be something else. So maybe the clave needs to answer it. So it's going dun 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 dun. So it's a little conversation. The clave is answering the percussion. Or maybe it could be the cowbell that answers the second time. So as soon as you can kind of surprise people, thwart their expectations of what's going to happen, that's always something that we just like in music. this seems to just work better than this for some reason. Well, not for some reason, it's because I just played it better. But playing in those kind of what I just played in and getting the rhythm, so I don't really need to quantize it, that I wouldn't have been able to do that a year ago. No way. Not as well as I played it this time, because that's just from sitting and learning the piano every morning. What I did wrong, I think it's in the wrong place. Clave's annoying me for some reason. Sure about that cowbell there. So yeah, I think we got some nice little vibes going there, and I've got enough stuff to be editing. I've got my triangle loop as well. We can swap between the tambourine and the triangle. Cowbell. I don't know what I was thinking with that cowbell. I really don't like that cowbell sound. It's got a hat on it, I think. It's just annoying. So I need a kind of more the real cowbell sound, which is this one. That kind of sounded quite cool. I think it's the same cowbell hit on each. I think it's the same sample, so I'm not losing anything by just looping it. So never ignore a happy accident. Put a double one in there, and that is where I'm going to leave it. I've edited the drum grooves, so I've got a better idea of what I'm doing, and I'm going to come back to this another time. That's enough for today. So I'm going to bounce out what I've done. So yeah, basically takeouts of today is you can add vinyl noise to get a bit of grit, kind of cool grit into the track. You can chop up in Logic using the sampler track, which will give you the ability to be able to reprogram the drums like I just did there. Call and response, so try and have answering phrases within drums, using spoken word to get ideas for different grooves. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. So next time I'm going to go through and arrange these drums in the track, and then we'll see where we're at, and we can decide. I can decide what I'm going to do next with this one. Okay, guys. Once again, thank you everyone who has been watching with me for the last 50 minutes. And I'm going to try and do a video over the weekend if I can. But yeah, I'll post over the weekend if I do it. And if not, I will be back right here on Monday for another live stream. Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.